What should you do if the police want to speak to you? If the police have asked to speak to you, it can be an incredibly stressful and uncertain time. Whether you've been contacted out of the blue, arrested and cautioned, or asked to attend as a volunteer to attend for a police interview under caution, it's important to understand what's at stake and how to navigate this challenging situation you find yourself in. The significance of the police interview should not be underestimated. The police interview is a critical part of their investigation. It's not just about gathering facts. It's a potential make or break moment in the police case against you. The police may tell you the interview is routine, simply to clear things up or to get your side of the story. However, the reality is far more complex. They're gathering evidence against you. Yes, it might be to eliminate you as a suspect, but it is often to build a case against you, to charge you, to secure a conviction at court against you. And some officers, it's personal, to send you down. Police questions are carefully designed to elicit responses they can and will use to meet the legal criteria for a particular offence they suspect you of committing. A legal criteria of an offence broken down into guilty conduct and guilty mind. The police know what the evidence they need to meet the specific guilty conduct of an offence, e.g. if you face a Section 18 offence. And the police know what evidence they need to meet the specific guilty mind of an offence if you face a burglary offence, for instance. And the police know what would make and break a defence, and so would the defence solicitor. It's important to approach the process of being at the police station as a suspect and the police interview with your guard up from start to finish. Ordinary conversational rules don't apply at the police station, and unless you're trained in handling police interviews, you may unknowingly make comments inside or outside of the police interview room that harms your defense. Let me say this very clearly. You need to have a real understanding of the police objectives in a police interview. Again, the police are trained to extract specific information from you. Specialist interviewing police officers know the legal framework inside and out, and what they need to prove a conviction and what they need to hear from you to achieve that conviction. So, for example, they may want you to confirm in a Section 18 GBH case that you were present at the scene, to describe how you made contact with the victim, and to reveal your state of mind at the time. These comments you make provide important details to establish a case against you, fill in the gaps, and have serious implications. For instance, if you admit to being present and admit to kicking the complainant, and you say you acted out of anger during the altercation, all this could undermine a later claim of self-defense. The police are aware of these possible defenses, but unless you've read and understand the specific laws, you may not recognize the significance of the police questioning or the words that come out of your mouth. The challenge you face from the police questioning are huge. And just for one moment, just consider the context of that police interview. On the one hand, police officers who are seasoned and experienced professionals, they have conducted countless interviews with suspects and are trained in techniques to extract admissions from you. They use a clever technique of the PEACE model of police interviewing of suspects, which I've posted about previously, where they wait to challenge the evidence once they have asked open questions and you have opened up and put your account on record, and then they ambush you with the evidence. In contrast, while you might be intelligent, articulate in your day-to-day job, you may be highly unfamiliar and intimidated by a police interview environment, ignorant of the law and the possible legal defences available to you. On top of that, the stress of being in custody, combined with the pressure of questioning, can lead to mistakes, even if you're innocent. And it's also worth noting that the interview is recorded. What may feel like an offhanded comment can later be dissected in court and subject to detailed cross-examination. And believe me, you might come to regret some of the words you uttered. A seemingly minor inconsistency or a poorly phrased response can be used against you by the prosecution. So, for example, in response to police questioning in a criminal damage allegation like this one, do you think there was a risk that throwing your keys to your partner would have hit your neighbor's car? And you respond by saying, it might have crossed my mind, can satisfy the test of recklessness, one of the elements of the guilty mind for the offence of criminal damage. The importance of legal representation must be uppermost in your mind. It's the single most important thing you can do is to seek legal advice from a criminal defence solicitor you know and you trust. A specialist criminal solicitor will understand the law and the tactics used in the police interview and understand you. They'll advise you on whether to answer questions or to remain silent and guide your responses to protect your defense, sometimes in a pre-prepared statement based on your instructions. Some people believe that if they've done nothing wrong, they have nothing to hide or fear from talking to the police. They think they can handle the interview on their own and to set the record straight. Unfortunately, this is a dangerous misconception and a big mistake to go into the police interview under caution as a suspect without your brief. Even an innocent person can inadvertently say something damaging without understanding its consequences. So, for example, a suspect says, I might have given my friend a smoke of my weed, might not just support a charge of possession of drugs, but also a charge of possession of drugs with intent to supply, a far more serious offence. So the question is, when should you speak and when should you stay silent? During a police interview, you'll be cautioned, and I've done a separate post on the meaning of the caution. But remember, there's a delicate balance here, centered on the 3 key points about the police caution, which is outlined here. 1, you do have a right to remain silent, so you can say no comment or stay silent. 2, but remaining silent can sometimes be used against you in court. And 3, but also speaking without proper legal advice and guidance can be equally dangerous, saying something that helps the police case rather than your own. This decision to talk or not to talk to the police is ultimately your call and is highly case specific. And a solicitor's advice is invaluable at this time in determining the best course of action. And that police environment can feel like a bear pit, the police custody block, an intimidating and hostile place. The sound of steel doors, a police cell locking behind you, or shouts from other inmates is unsettling, and the gravity of the situation can heighten your anxiety prior to the police interview. This is not the time to rely on instinct or casual reasoning, thinking the quicker I talk to the police, the quicker I'm going to be out of the police station is the wrong way to approach the police interview. Instead, you need professional support from someone who understands the police station and to know what is at stake and can advocate for your rights. How a solicitor can help you? Well, they can do this in many ways. A, to be a moral and legal support for you in the situation you find yourself in, a trusted advisor, a counsel of wisdom, a shield of legal protection against potential police abuse. B, to review the case details. Before the police interview, your solicitor will assess the allegations and advise you on the offence and available defences. C, take your instructions. D, prepare you for the interview. They'll explain the process, what to expect, how to handle specific questions, whether to answer police questions or to say no comment or stay silent. E, to be present during the police questioning. Your solicitor will monitor the police questioning and intervene if they think it's becoming unfair, inappropriate. And F, protect your rights. They'll ensure you're treated fairly and make sure that your statements aren't taken out of context. Remember, even lawyers wouldn't face police interviews without representation. So if legal professionals wouldn't attempt it on their own, neither should you. So what should you do next? If you've been asked to attend a police interview or you've been arrested, don't delay. Get a lawyer. Contact a specialist criminal solicitor immediately, preferably one you know and trust. Share all the details you know and follow their advice and guidance. Whether the matter is minor or serious, having expert representation can make all the difference. In short, Never underestimate the importance of a police interview. It is a highly technical and significant part of the police investigation process, and your response in a police interview can have a lasting consequence. With the right legal support, you can navigate this challenging situation effectively and protect your future liberty. Feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Community Legal Education. And thank you for watching.